and it's an informative session, something to think about.
It was great. You guys did a wonderful job. Very insightful and informative.
I like how you put this all together.
I am very intrigued and excited to see where it puts my work, what it brings to the front of what's going on in business in terms of communication needs.
And I do plan on signing up. So I'm right in the crux of changing some of the work that I'm doing, and I see this as an added value.
Everybody ready? Do you have a notepad and pen ready to take some notes? Because I think it's going to be a really informative info session about this program. All right, so let's just do a quick rock and roll for this info session. And again, I'm going to be trying to do my best to multitask here. I do have Jim, my co-pilot here, and we'll get him going in just a moment. But if everybody is good and ready to go, let's start the show. So I just want to first just start with, we're going to go with a quick little video.
Your game and drive tangible business results? Well, look no further. Introducing our game-changing 7-week Business Differentiation Mastery Program. In this dynamic program, we're here to mentor and guide individuals like you in harnessing the full potential of AI and ChatGPT to develop a comprehensive and executable game plan that will future-proof your business. Twice a week, for just 1 hour, we'll dive deep into the world of AI and ChatGPT, helping you unlock the transformative power of these cutting-edge technologies. We understand that your time and money are precious resources. That's why we've meticulously crafted our program to provide you with tangible and transformative value using AI and ChatGPT tools. Throughout the program, you'll gain invaluable insights and hands-on experience leveraging AI and ChatGPT technology to drive specific and measurable business outcomes. Our expert mentors, Shireen Goodman and James D. Feldman, will be by your side every step of the way, guiding you toward uncovering new opportunities, refining your strategies, and unleashing the full power of AI and ChatGPT to take your business to new heights. Imagine having a customized game plan tailored to your unique business objectives, helping you gain a competitive advantage, attract your ideal clients, and dominate your market, all backed by the intelligence and expertise of AI. With the unwavering support of our mentors, Shireen and James, you'll learn how to optimize your marketing efforts, generate high-converting leads, reduce or eliminate the need for hiring extra staff, and unlock scalable growth opportunities. Plus, every week, Shireen and James will be available during open office hours to provide personalized assistance, helping you tailor your marketing efforts for maximum impact. And here's the best part. You'll never get this much value at such an incredible price again. Just 2 hours a week to gain invaluable insights, strategies, and practical advice for your business. So, why wait? Investing in our 7-week Business Differentiation Mastery Program equips you with the knowledge, strategies, and tactics needed to thrive in the rapidly evolving business landscape. Seize this golden opportunity to unlock your business's full potential and secure a competitive advantage. Don't miss out. Sign up today. If you have any questions, drop us an email at jfeldman@jfainc.com. Let AI and ChatGPT be the catalyst for your success.
Well, thank you for taking a moment to watch our little 3-minute commercial about this. I think it helps set the context for what it is that we're going to be talking about. But let's really talk about what our goal is here for this info session. And it's really to just unveil our 7-week Business Differentiation Mastery Program that is really about guiding you on developing and mastering your unique differentiation, helping you to refine your specialization, and even enhance your target marketing with strategies. So at the end of this program, you have a real strategic game plan that you can execute over the next 6 to 12 months. So that's our goal for this info session. But I want to kick off by this number. I just saw this number real recently. Does anybody have any idea what this number means? Has anybody seen this number recently? If so, pop it in the chat. I'd be very curious if you know what this number stands for. Anybody? And if you don't, it's no worries, but I think it's a big, important number. And so what this number means, I was looking, actually, I saw this on, online, a number of the amount of people that have been recently laid off, primarily highly professional people, people in technology. This is the number since the beginning of 2023. Over 200,000 people have been laid off from their jobs. But what does this really mean for you? Well, it means that they turn into coaches, consultants, and entrepreneurs. When people get laid off, that is exactly what they do. They turn into coaches, consultants, and entrepreneurs. And so what does that even mean now, even based in this context and in this conversation? It means increased competition. That's it in a nutshell. As professionals, as professional consultants, as professional coaches, even as entrepreneurs, whether online or offline, we are seeing an increase in competition in the marketplace. And that fundamentally means that you must differentiate yourself in order to grow your business. How many people can really agree with that? Like, that makes so much sense, right? That as in competition increases, I have got to differentiate my business. I have got to stand out so I don't lose out. And so with that context set, you might be asking, what makes this info session different? Well, I believe that as we present this program, you're going to be popping like popcorn. You're going to be ideally seeing that this is something you should be a part of and something that you need to do for yourself and for your business. And I want to ask you, I want you to keep this in mind. What do you see for yourself in your future? Are you future-proofing your business right now? Are you creating your unique competitive advantage, your competitive differentiation in the marketplace? I want you to start seeing something good as we walk through this. I also encourage you to take a moment just to visualize a new and better future for yourself and for your business. For those that do not know me, my name is Charlene Goodman, and I have been a consultant and coach strategist for a long time, right? I have been in this game for a long time. I am a certified project management professional. I love all things project management, even when it comes to building plans and strategies for business. A former, I shouldn't say former because I do so much training right now, but an instructional designer and trainer. And I am founder of Crack the Coaching Code and Crack the Consulting Code. These are two frameworks that I work with when I'm working with my clients. Now, I have had the profound opportunity to work with some amazing companies doing what I do, help them to solve their business problems by putting together strategic game plans that they can execute to get results. And that's what I still do today. So I want to say thank you for showing up to this info session. And now I want to introduce my colleague, James Feldman. I know a lot of you know him. He is my partner in success for this program. So James, why don't you take it away and tell people about you?
So I've been a serial entrepreneur since I was 7 years old. I've written 16 books. I have 9 certifications. I am someone that loves to learn about new things because it keeps me young. It didn't help me grow any hair, but it does keep me young. The truth of the matter is, I've had the good fortune of working with very large corporations, associations, solo entrepreneurs, startups. So I talk about being an advisor as opposed to being an expert, because an expert is typically very focused on one very narrow area, and an advisor has a broad range of experiences. And so as ChatGPT and AI started to evolve, I was an early adopter. I was on this, studying it, learning about it since before it went public several months ago. With that, we're going to be your shepherds. We're going to be the people with the roadmap. We're going to be the people to help guide you, because everything that we're doing, we're going to be doing for you, targeted to your business, targeted to your outcomes, targeting to your objectives. We're going to hold your hand And we're going to make sure that if you do what you say you're going to do, we will help you achieve those goals and reach those objectives. So with that, let's kind of dive in.
Awesome. So thank you. So here's what we're going to walk through today. We're going to give you an overview of what the structure of the program is. And I think that structure is so important. You know, when I think about what I coach on and what's so important in business is really having systems, strategies, and structure. And so we're going to talk about the structure of the program. We're going to talk about the key modules that we're going to go through every week in the program, the topics we'll be covering, the benefits that you can expect, and then really a call to action, how to enroll, how to get this thing started for yourself and for your business. And then we'll open it up to some questions. Sound good?
I was trying to explain ChatGPT and AI to somebody, and they were like looking at me like, what are you talking about? I said, well, let me ask you a question. Have you ever been to Costco? Yes. You know the hot dogs are $1.50. Yes. Do you buy the rotisserie chicken? Yes. So I was recently with someone who went to Costco's, and she said, I'll go get the hot dogs. I came out, and she had 2 hot dogs and 4 drinks. And I said, why do you have 4 drinks? She says, well, I bought you a drink. And I said, the hot dog comes with a drink. She goes, I didn't know that. And that's kind of what ChatGPT is all about. You don't know what you're going to get until you have somebody that's walked in front of you. So when you're going to Costco's, you go with a very laser focus. I'm kind of hungry. I'm going to get a hot dog. And I'm going to pick up a chicken just in case I need something for later. But then something very strange happens. Boom. Look at all the stuff. And you start walking down the aisles and you get kind of the deer in the headlights. You get the shiny pennies and you start filling up your shopping cart with all kinds of stuff. And then you get home and you go, what did I buy that for? I don't know what I was going to do with it. I think everybody's nodding their head going, you know, you go to Costco's to spend $5-10 and somehow walk away spending $150. And then you got a big thing of oranges and a big thing of shrimp and so forth. Well, what if Costco's said, call this number and we're going to send a chef over to look at what you bought and help you prepare the meat and show you step by step by how to use the lemons and the cilantro and the shrimp to make a great dish. So while we are here for you, you are going to establish at the very beginning, what is your end objective? What is it that you hope to gain from the 7 weeks? Somebody said to me the other day, gee, Jim, 7 weeks for this program seems like a long time. And I said, that's because we're doing it in bite-sized pieces. We're going to have 2 hours, one on a Tuesday, one on a Thursday, so that you can go and try these new tools, so that you can practice, so that you can overcome the hurdles. Now, some of you have seen programs that say, for this amount of money, we're going to give this to you. We're going to do this for you in 7 hours. And you walk away 7 hours later like you had just gone to Costco's without a shopping list, without a budget. You came home with stuff. You didn't know why you bought it, but it seemed like a good idea at the time until you realize that you don't have a freezer big enough or you don't know how to fix this stuff. We're going to go step by step by step and hold your hand. And that's why it's such a different way of helping you do this.
Awesome. Thank you. So let's get started on that because I think that that's so crucial. A lot of you might have been on a number of things about programs or webinars or so forth around ChatGPT, and you probably was water hose. You probably were overwhelmed. But at the end, just like the Costco story, you probably didn't really know, well, how does this really apply to me? Because for me as an entrepreneur, it is all about business growth. It is all about sustainability. It is all about staying competitive and being able to sustain my business no matter what changes. COVID was a prime example of something that hit so many small businesses, entrepreneurs, coaches, and consultants that a lot of them really just were challenged. The same thing I think now with this new disruptive technology. I say it is a disruptive technology, but you don't need to get disrupted by it. So let's dive into what this whole program is about and how it really can, I believe, benefit everyone that's on this call. The problem is, how can I align my skills, expertise, and values to create a unique competitive advantage in the market? As a business owner, let's just say that, do you find it challenging right now with all the competition out there to really distinguish yourself, to really stand out in a market that seems to be overcrowded and new people coming in every day, especially as a result of layoffs? Do you have that experience? You don't have to share, but I just want you to figure out, like, man, am I really differentiating myself to stand out in my field? It is so disheartening to see that, because you have all this skill set, this expertise, but yet people just don't know about it. You're just fitting in rather than standing out. So this is the first thing that we will deal with in this program: establishing your unique competitive differentiation. Again, think about what we talked about, that big number in the beginning. You have to differentiate yourself. And nobody can do what you do better than you do. But do people know about it? Do you even know enough about it in order to create that distinction for yourself? And so, again, week 1 is where we establish this. This is where you start to work. This is the basic, understanding the importance of competitive differentiation, being able to identify, first of all, and then articulate your unique value proposition, your unique value that you bring to the marketplace. Also, now, again, here's where we start to get into the ChatGPT stuff, using ChatGPT AI technology to really conduct a competitive analysis and do some market research. You know, I think you will be blown away to see some of the information that can come up for you as you start to use this tool. And our goal by the end of week 1 is that you will have, at the very least, a well-defined, unique value proposition for your business, having some insights into a competitive analysis, a well-defined ideal client avatar or profile. Who are you going after? Differentiation is key. Remember, you're in the business of selling your applied expertise and knowledge. As a coach, consultant, entrepreneur, that is really the name of the game. You're selling your expertise and knowledge to help your quote-unquote ideal client solve the problems that you can help them solve. But are you seen as the authority or expert in your zone of genius? This is huge. If people can't see what you bring to the table because maybe you don't know really how to articulate it or say what you bring to the table, it is hard to stand out. People don't hire you just because you say you're a coach or because you say you're a consultant or even an entrepreneur. They hire you because they see you as somebody who can help them solve their problem, achieve a specific result. What does that mean? You must be seen and positioned as an authority brand, as an expert. And so in week 2, that's what we're dealing with: specialization and expert positioning. You want to be able to stand out, understanding what is the benefit of being a specialist in what you do, being able to solve that problem for your ideal clients. Determining where you want to specialize. I know there's a number of people that have so many different skill sets and things that they can do, but can you carve out one area that you know you can go to work on and do very well? I talk to my clients all the time. You got to figure out where you want to be. What zone do you want to be in? So what you'll get by the end of week 2 is an understanding of the advantages of specialization and expert positioning. When it comes to marketing, positioning is everything. How are you going to be positioned in the minds of your ideal future clients? What do you want to be seen as, known for? All those things as part of this week 2 in our program. And then here's the deal, right? What are some innovative approaches or strategies I can employ to reach and connect with my ideal target client, my ideal market, my target audience? Targeting right now is so important. Why? Because people are more sophisticated. People want personalization. People want to know that you understand them, that you know them. And so this is going to impact your lead generation. It's going to impact how you attract the right clients. But here's the deal, what I find when it comes to target marketing and trying to find that ideal client that aligns with your zone of genius and what you have to offer is that most people do this. Instead of really targeting, they fish in the ocean. They're trying to pull up all these different types of fishes, and man, there are so many different types. How can you know whether or not you're pulling up the right one? Stop fishing in the ocean. You might say, okay, well, no, I fished in a lake, still a big one. Lake Michigan, Lake Superior, okay? All these different type of fishes there. Now, you might decide that, okay, I'm fishing in a pond, it gets a little bit smaller. That's great, a lot smaller than a lake with plenty of fish. But the ideal way to fish for your ideal client, for your target audience, I say is fishing in a tank, fishing in a barrel. They're all the same type of fishes. They have the same characteristics. They have the same demographics. And that's really key in order to differentiate yourself and saying who you're going to serve. And so that's what we're going to be covering in week 3, target marketing and lead generation. Like once you understand your differentiation, once you understand your expert positioning and specialization, now who am I going after? What strategies can I use around this, right? How can I explore the tactics such as LinkedIn? LinkedIn is a gold mine for trying to find the right clients, but you really need to be clear on who it is that you're going after. And so by the end of week 3, you should have some familiarity with your client acquisition strategy, understanding some tactics and strategies for how do you use targeted outreach and ideally list building. This was one thing that came up for me during COVID, right? I was on a number of conversations, number of calls about companies who didn't have an online strategy, like building an email list. This is so important too, but you want to be building it towards your targeted market, targeted audience. And so now after that, you have some information, you're building your differentiation, you understand your specialization, you now understand who you're targeting and how you're going after. But now, how do you really leverage your unique selling proposition, your value proposition into a marketing strategy? Marketing is everything. You have to market before you can sell. People need to know you before they will buy from you. And so being able to develop a marketing strategy is what we're going to cover in week 4, building a marketing plan and a strategy, understanding the fundamentals of targeted marketing, targeted planning, identifying the key marketing channels. Even though you might be on social media, granted, you might have peppered out prospects around that, but you should have a real focus, like a real channel that you're going to be focusing on in order to look for your ideal clients. And then by the end of week 4, you should have a clear understanding and your marketing plan set up, defining what your marketing channels are, figuring out how it is that you want, again, to be positioned in the minds of your ideal clients. So that's what we're going to be covering in week 4. And then overall, you want to start asking yourself, if you aren't asking yourself already, how can I align my business objectives, my business goals with what's really going on currently in the economy? What are the challenges that are out there? You need to be able to shift and have some kind of plan that you can strategically execute, understanding what's going on in your domain or in your realm, right? In your industry. So the 5th week, we're going to be helping you put together a strategic game plan. Now, it's one thing to have a business plan that's probably general, high level. There's another thing to have a strategic game plan. Why? Because you have taken the time to figure out what your focus is, what you really want to focus on for the next 6 to 12 months. And so to me, this is the ultimate of what you're going to get coming out of this program. A strategic game plan built around your differentiation, your expertise and positioning, your target marketing and lead generation, and your marketing plan. So when I think about that, having a game plan like this is really going to help you to navigate what's going on, but really with a clear direction and a clear focus. Those are the first 5 weeks, and I think they are really the most intensive weeks where work must get done. Okay, you got to do the work in order to get the outcome, right? To get the results. The last 2 weeks, we're going to be focusing on really optimizing. So the 6 weeks, we're going to be here to work on optimizing your competitive differentiation. We're going to be saying, okay, here's some things that you need to change. Here's some things you might want to look at, right? Because optimization is key. Think about this. I was looking on LinkedIn and I saw that Wharton has a CEO program. They're promoting a 9-month, I think, CEO program for $20,000. Now, this is an accelerated program. We understand that people don't want to spend 9 months trying to build out a strategic differentiation game plan. We also understand they don't want to put $20,000 into it, but understand it's going to take something. It's going to take time. It's iterative. It's not just a one and done. It's not just I put it out there, I've done, I call it a day. No, you really want to be optimizing your plan because you're going to be learning something new each and every week. So week 6 is the opportunity to really look at your plan, look at your differentiation. Where do I need to make tweaks? What do I need to optimize? Where do I need to go test it in the market? All these things will come into play in week 6. And then week 7, what we're looking for is for you to present your strategic game plan for execution. And to me, this is where true masterminding comes into play. So for everybody that's in this program, there's an opportunity to work together, to get feedback, to get input. And so here is where we're going to be having you present, and it could be a hot seat and go like, okay, I'm having a problem here. It just isn't coming together. Well, we're going to mastermind with you in week 7 as you present your game plan so that you can feel very confident in what you're putting out there and what you're getting ready to execute. With that, I'm going to turn it over to Jim, and he's going to tell you more about what you're going to get with this program.
So guys, if you think about this, you're sitting there thinking to yourself, well, how much is this going to cost? Do I have enough time, etc.? But the truth of the matter is, Shireen and I have done this for years and years with our clients. Typically, they've paid us a lot of money, but we've also gotten them really big results. My number, since I started in consulting and advising, is that I've contributed $1 billion to the bottom line for my clients. Now, those are their numbers, not mine. So it's not like you're talking to somebody that hasn't been in the center of gravity. You're not talking to somebody that hasn't been on the firing line. We bring a wealth of experience that we're going to leverage onto your business. And candidly, the big companies pay us a lot of money for this, but they also get huge results.
Yeah.
And your investment is going to be tiny compared to the big results. So as you're listening to this, you've got to ask yourself a very simple question. If I invest 7 weeks and I invest X dollars and I got a 10X return or a 30X return, is that going to be worth it? And the answer should be absolutely positively. If it's not, then maybe this program is not for you. If you're not willing to put in the time, if you're not willing to stay up to date with it, it doesn't work for you. But we're so sure that it's going to work that we're going to guarantee it. We're going to talk about that in a little bit. Sheree and I started listing all the things that we're bringing to the party, bringing to the table. We talked about coaching and the offices and the hot seat and everything else. And believe it or not, guys, we didn't have a total in mind when we started this. And we got to the bottom, and it was almost $50,000. And this is not numbers we pulled out of the air. This is what Shereen and I have been charging, what we've been paid over time for doing exactly what we're going to do with the people that are here. But we need your help. This is a pilot program. ChatGPT is brand new. So if you come down this path with us, we're going to want feedback from you. What's working? What's not working? What didn't you understand? What can we make better? And so we're going to substantially reduce to this pilot program your investment, because it's going to be a give and take. All of you running a business, all of you have got insights, all of you have got perspectives that you've never seen before. As I said, when I was explaining ChatGPT to somebody, they didn't get it until I came up with the Costco's. And I said to Shireen this morning, I just got back from a group of coaches, speakers, and consultants. I want to put in the Costco story. Quite frankly, 2 days ago, I didn't have the Costco story. I came up to it when I was talking, and I actually got a standing ovation from the group, because suddenly they got what it meant to go to a Costco's. And you guys don't have the time. You just want somebody who says, just point me in the right direction, tell me what works for me, and I'm a happy camper.
Yeah. So before we go on to the next one, when I think about this particular slide and what we're presenting and what we've talked about already, I think it's really, really important to think about, where am I going over the next 6 to 12 months? And I think that that's a deep question to ask yourself. Where am I trying to go over the next 6 to 12 months? And what am I going to do to achieve that wherever I'm going? So when you think about it, Brown, I know everybody thinks that everything happens in the course of a day, of a week, maybe a week, 40 hours a week, right? It takes a lot, especially as business owners, to really give your business thought. And when I think about this program, it is your opportunity to work on your business, not necessarily in it, to work on your business for let's just say live for 2 hours a week, but really with intention, with focus. There are so many things that's going on right now, but can you give yourself the room, the opportunity to really focus and work on your business that's going to help you over the next 6 to 12 months grow your business? And so again, I just think before we move into the next portion, to think about this. Where am I going in the next 6 to 12 months? What do I want to accomplish in the next 6 to 12 months? What do I need to accomplish in the next 6 to 12 months in my business? And when you can answer that and say, okay, well, what's missing? Do I have a clear competitive differentiation? Am I really positioned rightly in the minds of the people that I want to serve? You got to ask that question. You have to be honest with yourself on that. Do I have a marketing plan that actually is in alignment with all of that? This is what this program is really all about. And really leveraging the power of AI and ChatGPT is going to be a big game changer for you. Here, Joe, okay? Case in point.
So just a comment, to follow up on what they're talking about. I use ChatGPT every day. I use 4.0. I pay for the premium, and it's well worth it, what they're talking about. I'm generating content every day. I've spent some time, it's probably a day, maybe a couple days, to train ChatGPT on who I am, what I do, all of that. Taught it about my tonality. And when I'm generating content or I'm creating a communication, I will even tell it, use this tonality, persuasive. I want to be persuasive in this communication. And I can confirm what they're talking about today, that is the most impressive and important tool, even from a leadership standpoint, if I was still sitting in the C-suite, that has given me the ability to really, on a timely basis, create content and use it as a tool. I even have it on my iPhone. They have an app on the iPhone. So if I want to respond to a text or create a text, maybe I don't feel like I have the right reply, I can tap that resource. But the $20 a month, well worth it, and invest the time, and it will blow you away. So I can confirm everything that they're talking about.
for those of you that know me, I talk about shift happens. And this shift is going to happen for you constantly. It's going to help you accelerate your business. It's going to help you take a different perspective. It's going to help you not only look forward, but look backwards. And we also wanted to make this collaborative. So if you have a friend or a colleague and you wanted to come together, we have a special pricing. If you wanted to upgrade to the next level where you get very focused one-on-one coaching with Shireen and I, we have another upgrade for that at a very, very, very ridiculously low price. We wanted you to be committed, but we don't want to break the bank. So as we talked about it and we put our own dollars and cents against it, we said to the people that are here, that are early adopters, who are willing to walk the path for us, we wanted to make a special offer. We decided it would be $24.97. And at $24.97 for 7 weeks, for 14 hours of instruction, for another set of hours of another 7 hours of private coaching, and all the tools and everything that goes along with it, it's a steal. You're going to walk away with something that will give you, in our belief, a several times ROI. We will work with you to try to discover what that is. We're not going to make any promises saying, well, everyone's going to get a 10 times ROI, because we don't know that. But rest assured that we're going to understand that you've invested your time, you've invested your money, and it doesn't work for us if it doesn't work for you.
That's a good point, right? And two, if you just stop and think about it right now. So again, and we'll go back to this slide, but not only are you getting 7 hours of pure training, or that every week you're getting trained on something, but you're also getting the opportunity to ask questions. When you think about being in school and why we call it summer school, right? An accelerated program, it's because when you were in summer school, you were in the front row trying to figure out something maybe you didn't get during the year, and now you get an opportunity to ask the questions. And the way that the program is designed, the training happens on a Thursday, which then allows you time to work over the weekend, do the work, because when you do the work, I guarantee you questions will come up. But when you do that, you do the work. Now you have a list of questions. I need answers on this. I don't know how this is. Maybe my prompt wasn't right. I didn't really get the result that I was looking for. I didn't really get the output. ChatGPT didn't really give me where I needed to go. So now when you come armed with your questions, you have the opportunity to get your questions answered. And to really, again, I said it's an iterative process. Go back and redo it. Go back and look at it and see, did it elevate? Did it go up? Did you get something better? Are you now armed with more information that will make a difference for you in your business?
We talked about this at great length. What was the value proposition? What would be the sweet spot? What would you walk away with? We said, well, what if somebody needed some really, really serious one-on-one time with us? And so we decided that we would do an upgrade for roughly $500. And you're getting us for 4 hours. That's in round numbers, $125 an hour. And I can tell you that my clients have added a zero to that when I consult with them. So again, I'm not trying to push anybody up for another couple $100. What I am saying is that alone is worth the value proposition of what we're talking about.
I want to say something too, just on that one. And I want people to really kind of get this. People pay a lot for one-on-one private coaching because it's focused solely on them when they're doing one-on-one coaching. And that's really what this upgrade is. And so when I think about the VIP upgrade, if there is something very specific that I really need to know, how do I really use this? Maybe the upgrade, the VIP upgrade is what you need in order to figure out what the assessment is and have those 2 one-on-one private calls to figure out this is the direction, this is what you need. Some of you have very specific industries that you're working with. And so maybe you need that sounding board or that collective brain trust between you, me, and Jim to help you figure out, okay, where's this going? What should I be looking at? So I want to just encourage you to really consider if you need that special one-on-one, if you need a little bit more, if you need to be elevated a little bit more, consider the VIP upgrade.
And then we said, maybe they want to bring a friend. Maybe they want to collaborate. Maybe it's a company that's got several people that would like to join. So we came up with a substantially reduced pricing, even off of the $24.97. It works out to about $18.35. So for $1,800, 7 weeks, all of the things that we've been talking about, I would think you'd want to bring a friend. I think maybe a couple of consultants would join each other to try to do this, because then you've got a buddy system and you can do things together to sort of bounce your ideas off one another.
Yep, accountability. Find a friend, bring a friend. So I'm just going to say we have tried our very best to make this a no-brainer for those that are serious about future-proofing your business, really coming up with your unique competitive differentiation to stand out in the marketplace, to really position yourself in your zone of genius and let people know that this is who you are. We have done our very best to really want to give you the best through the training, through the live Q&A coaching calls, through the hot seat sessions that we're going to do, through the resources, templates, swipe copies, worksheets, all this stuff, the prompts that we're going to be giving you to help you really think through your business, to create this strategic game plan that you're going to execute over the next 6 to 12 months. We have done our very best to really make this an amazing program for you. And I hope that you are seeing this as we continue through this info session.
So let's talk about the guarantee. Pretty straightforward. First week, that would be 2 sessions, 2 hours. You must be in attendance. This is not, I'm too busy, etc. You've got to be there for those first 2. If at the end of those first 2 sessions, for any reason whatsoever, you say, this program is not for me, this is not what I thought it was going to be, I don't see the benefit, I don't see the value, I don't want to invest in my business, we'll refund 100% of your money. We're not here to try to collect money from people that came to see if it was going to work for them, decided it wouldn't, which certainly could be time constraints and any other things, and we'll refund it. Because once we finish with those first 2 sessions, we're going to be starting to give you so many tools and so many other references and so many other things, there's really no way to make the refund or recapture everything afterwards. So we thought, here's your 2 hours to kick the tires, to see if you're getting everything we talked about. And if you decide it's not for you, we'll give your money back. But we're pretty confident that nobody's going to ask for it back, but you never know. Start asking yourself a couple of questions. So here's the first question. What about discovering your unique competitive differentiation? Wouldn't that be worth the investment? Let me ask you another question. What if you could strengthen your specialization and your expert positioning so that you could charge what you think you are worth, not what your client thinks you are worth? Would that be worth the investment? Another question. What about targeted marketing and lead generation strategies? How good are you at finding that customer, that client that wants to use your product or services? We're going to help you do that. And we're going to help you do that with ChatGPT tools and show you how to use those tools. And then how to integrate the use of the AI into your business.
So here's the other question, the biggest question I think you need to ask yourself. If all this program did was to help you to develop a strategic game plan that you can execute over the next 6 to 12 months, would it be worth the investment? Would it be worth the investment? This is the key question. I have seen so many, even when I was working with major Fortune 500 companies, that they would just not have a plan in place that they could execute effectively in order to get the result and outcome that they were looking for. And to believe it or not, I see it with the clients that I work with. They need a game plan. You need a game plan that you can execute, that you can follow, your roadmap that takes you to the desired result that you're looking for. So this is a question that you really want to ask yourself. And if your question is, it's worth it, then I encourage you right now to click the link and figure out which one is right for you. Is it the VIP? Is it the standard one? Again, do you have a buddy that you want to do this with, an accountability partner that you want to work with on this? Those are all positives. There's nothing negative about that when you decide that your business is important and you want to engage in it. So again, just think about these questions. If all this program did for you, would it be worth it? And so with that, I want to say thank you, and I want to open it up to questions. Enrollment now is officially open for the program. There is an onboarding period starting on Thursday through next Wednesday. Onboarding, getting yourself set up. So we have some onboarding things that we'll ask you to do. But then the first class is happening on the 27th. Thursday, July 27th is the first training. The following Tuesday is the live Q&A session. Now, all of these sessions will be recorded, but the thing is, being live and actively engaged in it while we facilitate, I think is so much better to be engaged and enriched with the live training, okay? Again, things might come up in the moment, and yes, even after the training, we'll have a small session for Q&A, but the biggest question where it's just totally focused on questions and answers will be the following week.
So one of the questions that's come up is what time? And we have been wrestling with this because you've got people on the West Coast, the East Coast, etc. So what we thought we would do is once we get to that first session, we'll all talk about what works best for everybody. So we're not going to try to say, if you don't show up at 10 o'clock, and if everybody says, gee, could you make it 11 or could you make it in the evening, etc., we will be flexible to try to help the majority rules. So
Absolutely.
That's why we've been a little bit vague on it, because while we've set it up as a placeholder for 10 a.m., that doesn't mean that's the way it's going to end up. But right now, the first session is set for 10 a.m. Central, correct?
Yes. And I think that makes such a great point. And I think it's so important to understand that we are all business people. We understand, this. And so, yeah, we just need to have a conversation and say, oh man, collectively, I think it would be great if we did it at such and such a time. Now, will you get 100% consensus? Absolutely not. If anybody does, please let me know what the secret is, because I'd love to know. But that's it. So we will figure out a time that really works for the entire group. And so we are, I hope you saw this, we are too going to have a private LinkedIn group. And the reason why we're doing a private LinkedIn group versus a Facebook group, because all of you guys as coaches, consultants, and entrepreneurs should be on LinkedIn. And so we really too want to have this program be not just a cohort, but really a network of professionals that are there to help you, that are part of your network. So again, we're going to have a private LinkedIn group where you can put questions there. You could, maybe post. It will boost somebody's post by everybody's making a comment on their post. So again, Elizabeth, thank you for your question. And also Don, thank you for yours in terms of the time. Anyone who is signing up, don't be shy. Just let us know, because we want to celebrate you. We understand that this is a big move, that this is something that, you might not have thought about. But if you are in it, we want to celebrate you because we are in it with you 100%.
And let me just say again, this is not sales hype. This is not, what is never, ever, ever going to be offered at this price again.
I have two questions. This is Dawn. One, are you seeing in the future for consulting that errors and omission insurance is going to be added on higher now with ChatGPT?
That's a great question,
That's a
but
great question. Let me see if I can address that without getting into trouble. Right now, anything generated through AI is your work. But it's your responsibility for the errors and omissions, etc. That doesn't mean that as this starts to gain more velocity, that the legalese community steps in and starts to put some of those restrictions to it. But right this minute, Don, that's not applicable.
Got it.
Your second question.
Just so I understood, content marketing on either of the packages, not the collect, that's included in either one, whether you do the VIP coaching or you don't, correct?
That's correct.
exactly.
Okay.
So yeah, so if you sign up today, you're in it, Dawn. We don't.
How many, and I do plan on signing up. So I'm right in the crux of changing some of the work that I'm doing, and I see this as an added value. So I do plan on doing that. If I wanted to add coaching later, could I?
Are we talking about the upgrade, the one-on-one coaching? Is that what you're saying?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Tell you what we'll do. Sign up for it. And what's a reasonable amount of time for you to say, I don't need it or I don't want it? In which case, we'll credit you back.
Okay.
Because if we're not delivering it, then we're not going to charge you for it. But I don't want to do it backwards so that, it comes later on and then somebody says, well, I signed up for it early. How come you're letting that person sign up for it later? So again, with our guarantee, we're not trying to extract additional funds if you're not going to use it. Is that fair?
Yes.
Okay.
Again, when you think about it, this is a pilot program. And so we really want to give you the service, support, instruction that you really need. And granted, it would be great to service 100 people, but at the same time, even if it was just a small group where you could get the best, we don't really know what the number is going to be because people say and then do right differently. That's why we want the call to action that if you know this is speaking to you, to do it now. Don't wait, because the more you wait, the more you go like, this is not for me. And then you miss out, because here's the deal. Again, I always think about this from a planning perspective, a business perspective. If what you need, needs to change right now in your business, if you don't do it, where will you be in the next 6 months? Probably the same, while everything around you is changing, while more competition is coming in, while ChatGPT and being behind is not a good thing. And then if you look out 12 months from now, will you be in the exact same place a year from now? That is not what you want to have happen in your business. And again, the speed at which things are changing, and can you just see at the speed? And who knows, let me just say this. You think that 2024 is not going to be a tumultuous year? That's a political year. It's going to get crazy. So I would suggest that now is the time to set up and future-proof your business. I mean, like, no joke. And it's going to take something. It's going to take some effort. It's going to take some collaboration. It's going to take new thought. It's going to take new insights. And again, when I see this entire program, that's exactly what it is. I am a thought shifter. I am here to shift people's thought patterns, the way you think about things, the way you look at things, especially for your business. You need to be girded up. You need to be strong in your mind, with your time, and with your money, so that you can have a return on the investment that you make. But it doesn't happen just because you say it. It happens because you get in and you do the work. And we're here simply to guide you. That's it.
So let me put your mind at ease just a little bit. My neighbor was the former chairman of UPS, and he knows what we're doing, and basically said, I know this is sort of a long shot, but if there's anything I can do to help you, if you run up against a problem, pick up the phone and call me. So if I don't have the answer, believe me, I will get it from somebody who's been immersed in your business.
I like this phrase. You don't have to fly solo. This program is not about you trying to figure it out on your own. And I think that sometimes people get lost because, now we've been in business for a long time, right? But people think you can just start a business and that's all there is to it. You need to stay on top of your business, especially when the land and the environment starts to shift.
And again, I think as I just look at this cross section that's here right now, everybody in here is going to bring such a different perspective and skill set that can be leveraged to help solve your problem. I'm not ever going to say I have the answer to every question that everybody can ever ask me, but I can tell you what, I know where I can go get the person that has walked down that path before and can provide that additional insight. And that's all part of what we're bringing to the table.
And it's an informative session, something to think about.
It was great. You guys did a wonderful job. Very insightful and informative.
I like how you put this all together.
I am very intrigued and excited to see where it puts my work, what it brings to the front of what's going on in business in terms of communication needs. I only know my immediate terrain. And so to draw in from ChatGPT and AI is what I'm very intrigued with finding out and knowing. Yeah.
And Margie has already signed up, guys.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to getting that edge, some specifics.
Edgy, I like that.
And yeah, that's what I want. I want to get that edge and the specifics and get the to me, it's research I've never been able to do.
Again, our approach to this program is really strategy. It's really being strategic in your approach and using this tool to help you grow your business. It's not just to show you that this is a new shiny object and a new power tool you can use. It is really, for me and Jim, I believe, to help you really build your business. And I like to say future-proof it, because things are changing every single day. And you want to be prepared. You don't want to get caught under, you want to drive the direction. I say, stop driving with force and start leading with intention. Lead your business intentionally. And this is the way, I think this program is what opens up to really show you how to really do that using this tool, using AI. With that, again, let me just kind of like, so these are the areas, right? You can just do the 7-week program. If you want the VIP upgrade, I think it's one of the best offers that we have for this. If you want to bring a friend, find a friend, bring a friend and find a friend. And then for those that are really taking action today, the super fast action bonus. And again, I want to just say, even with this one, why I believe that this particular action bonus, right, to get you going is so important, because content is important. Like I said before, people find you based off of your content. And so having a content strategy and plan in place is really key. We have our guarantee. If after the first week, you're like, okay, I'm done, then that's fine. We're okay with that. But if you are really ready to roll up your sleeves, really get in and dig in about your business, carve out 2 hours a week to work on your business, to future-proof your business, then I want to just again invite you to really consider this. Enrollment is now open. And again, think about if the program only helped you, even if it just helped you to secure a new client, refurbish or regain an existing client, a new program, a new opportunity, because you have differentiated and saw something different. Think about those things. But right now, this is acceleration. You need to get in there and apply it and make something happen. And that's what this program is designed to do.